All right. Good morning, class. I hope everyone is doing fine. So today we're starting with our designing. Don't forget, yesterday I introduced you to Figma. But before I continue today, I would also talk about many other softwares that can be used, to design your web. All right. So this is what we did yesterday. This is where we stopped, right? So I'll go back to files. So, and I will be starting with new design here. But before I go further on this, I want to talk about other softwares, that can be used for designing. So if I go to my search here and I say UI UX design applications. So we have 10 best UI UX design tool here, and we'll be seeing this one after the other, and which one you can use and which one for which platform. So looking at what we have here, the very first one here is called Sketch. Now, where can you see Sketch and which software is Sketch? Right, Sketch is actually the best software when it comes to Mac operating system, right? So it has been the go-to design tool for website building for over a decade, and you can only see it actually on Mac. So if you are using Mac, it's a good to go for you to use your Sketch and to use it to design the interface. Is very very cool for interface designing. So that's Sketch, and we can have it on Mac operating system. So if you are a Mac user, it's not bad if you use Sketch, but I will be using Figma, and I will tell you the reason why I want to use Figma. Then the second one we have in the list is InVision Studio. So InVision Studio is also very, very cool, and you can have it downloaded to your Windows system, right? So if you are using Windows system, I mean Windows operating system, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11, you can always use your InVision Studio, right? So, and then we have Axio. Axio 2 is a very, very, very nice design tool, but one thing I don't like Axio for is that I'm sorry, is you have to purchase it. It's not free, right? It's not free, right? So the next that we have is Craft, we have Proto.io, we have Adobe XD. Fine. You see, Adobe XD also is not free, but however, you can get a free version of Adobe XD downloaded right from adobe.com. I can download it from adobe.com. So, and it's actually a nice tool, you know. Then another one that we have here is Marvel. Marvel is, and coming to the one we'll be using is Figma. So, why Figma? Number one reason I like using Figma is because it's a web-based application. Don't forget we have other ones that are web-based. Like I mentioned Proto.io. This one too is a web-based, right? And you can also start for free. But with Figma, right, it has a lot of plugins, right? That you can use, and you can also use it on your mobile phone. Someone called me this morning. I mean, no, I called the person this morning actually when we had a chat, and she asked if you can do this on your mobile phone. And I was like, yes, you can do it on your mobile phone, but using your system is always easy. It comes with ease. You can use your mouse to drag and drop and all of that. But when it comes to mobile application, if you are not patient enough, you won't be able to achieve anything. So, however, I will advise everyone to get a hold on their system, but you can also make use of your mobile. So, you can design wireframe, you can design mobile app, social media posts, you can do prototyping. I'll be telling you what each and everything here, the wireframe. What is wireframe? We'll be talking about it. Of course, everybody knows what mobile apps is. So what mobile apps are, yeah, you have social media posts and then prototyping. So I'll be especially talking about prototyping and wireframing. Okay. So, and then another thing is that it has feature like real time editing. So meaning once you go online, you edit, everything is saved as you are working, right? The only thing is, and okay, and one nice feature is that when you are online, you can disconnect. Immediately you log on, you are online already, everything is loaded, you can disconnect your data if you think that it will be consuming your data. And for real, it's not consuming data, honestly. So, but you can disconnect. Now, immediately you are done with all your design so that you won't lose your work. Immediately you are done, connect. And once you are connecting, your work is saved. So you don't need to get yourself worried about, am I saving? Am I not saving? So far you are online, your work is real time. And then another thing you can do is it has version history. Version history. Do you know what they call version history? Version history is as you are working, let's say you have a version today, and then you go back there, you edit it, you do one or two changes, the history will be recorded. And then you can always look back to how was my app or web app yesterday? How was it? Okay, is that yesterday version better than that of today? You can always compare, you can always go back in history, just like the Wayback Machine I showed you yesterday, right? You can always go back in history to see how one particular application has been progressing, right? Okay, so it also has embedded commenting. I showed you that yesterday, if you remember. If you don't, go back to see the yesterday video so that you can understand it. So you can comment. And what is comment? Naturally, comment is just a note that you add to your work so that when you come back to it, you know what each and every section of your work is, doing. So, and the reason for comment is simple. Suppose you are their UI UX engineer today, and boom, the next minute, maybe you no longer work with that organization again, or it might even be your work, but you want to contract it and you want someone else to keep managing it for you. So that person can read your comments. That's the beauty, and follow up. Okay, so sorry for the delay. So the person can actually follow up by just by reading your what is it called? Just reading the comments, then the person will be able to understand and you know go on. And then it work well with teams. That is 20 person as much as possible can be working on a particular Figma file at the same time, and it doesn't affect anyone. So far, you know your boundary, you know where you're working, you know what your work's supposed to do, what you're supposed to do. Everything work seamlessly and very fine. And at the same time, the Figma free starter plan allow you to design up to 3 Figma files, right? But the professional plan does not have any restriction, and then it's $12 per month. I'm not making any advert. Okay, if you pay a one-time annual. Then other one we have is Framer. Framer is free for a start as well. It has some feature like Figma, you know, Origami Studio 3. Now, other software that are not mentioned here, you can use Photoshop depending on how smart and good you are. You can also use uh Photoshop, you can use what is it called? You can use Adobe Illustrator to design your app. You can even use CorelDRAW, you can use PowerPoint, but those are not professional tools. I repeat, those are not professional tools. So you can either use Sketch if you are Apple user, you can use Figma, it is online, you can access it on your phone anywhere, but I feel it's better to use your system when it comes to training. So now looking at my account, right? This is my account here. I can change my themes from light to dark or system theme, right? I can also get the desktop app if I work online, right? I can add plugins, and then one plugin that will be needed is let me see if I have any plugin here first. And if I don't, I'll be talking about plugins anyways. If I click on plugin, you see that I don't have any plugin yet. When I get there, I'll be showing you how to install plugin. I'll be showing you on how to install. I'll be showing you how to install plugin. Okay. Now, before I go on, let me show you design application. This is some of you that are in Benin Republic will know Benify. It's a work in progress though. Now look at it. Don't mind me. I'm not the one that put it to black. Alright, this is Benify when I was still working on it. But right now the work is penned for now. It's penned. So let me go to zoom to 100% so that you can see it very well. This is Benify. Something is missing here actually. I don't know. There should be a car here, right? This payment, but yeah, this is exactly. So I think it's still loading. Let me see that first page. Yeah, okay, this is no car. Benify, right? I use car somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, this is it. Now, this is mobile app for Benify. Look at it. So this is the mobile app. You can design anything with Figma, right? This is design. This is the root, right? You can see the boss himself, Damituga, Now, this is a mobile app. Though this is not where we start anyway. So let me show you another app. And I click back to files. Now come to afternoon prep. It's loading. Still loading, please. Okay. Now let me zoom this guy to zoom to 100%. Look at this. This is afternoon prep, right? This is our prep. I think I have a prototype on this guy. Let me go to prototype. I should have prototype. Okay, you see? Look at this. Look at this. If you can see all this line, they show the links. Look at it from one app to the other. That is from one interface to the other interface. Look at how I connected everything. Look at it. Look at the connection wire. Look at the connection wire. So this is afternoon prep. If I play it, you will see how it works now. Now, what is prototype? It's a very simple and straightforward thing. And I believe everybody should have one or two idea when it comes to prototype. I want to wait for this guy to to finish loading. Alright, it's still loading. Why that comes up, let me explain what prototype is. Suppose you want to design a real time product. Okay, okay, I think I have a better explanation to prototype. You see all those toy cars, Ferrari, Bugatti, BM, Benz, all those car that they are toy. Those toy car, we can call it prototype of the real car, right? Because the toy car can also mimic some functions of the real car. That is, the toy vehicle can mimic the real features of the vehicle. But some nature actually be tested by human being when it comes to vehicle. It doesn't mean they are done. The word prototype is just demonstrate how the application will work. It doesn't mean it is a working application, no. But an example of how that application will work. I'm going to share you guys the prototype of this application. You can you will interact with the real application. So let me click on share, and anyone with the link can view. Copy link. I've copied the link like that. So let me come here and paste it. Now all of you can follow this link to see the prototype, right? The link I just shared, to see the prototype. So now I can go back to the afternoon prep. So like I said, that is actually a demonstration or a copy, of how the real application will look like, right? That is so I'm going back to Figma. Going back to Figma, it's still loading. Figma is still loading. Let me reload Figma. I think my network is a bit messy today. Yeah, so it's still loading. Have to wait. It's not my network I can see. It's just the Figma is not responding well. I have to reload it. Sorry guys. Alright, the Figma is loading up. Still loading. The network is a bit messy, as well as Figma is not responding. Figma is alright. So I have my Figma up. For a start, the very first thing you need to do, after which you have registered on Dribble, you've created your account and you open Dribble homepage, click on new design file. Yeah, click on new design file. Alright, this is our new design file page. This is our new design file page. Okay. So from here we need to start with our frame. That's the very first thing. We need to start with our frame. We need to start with our frame. That's the very first thing. So we need to start with our frame. So after that, then we are going to choose the background that we want. Okay. So we're going to choose the background that we want, right, to work with. So yesterday I told you I introduced all these tools basically to you. But now we are ready to start our work. So you click on frame. That's the very first thing you do. You click on frame. So once you click on frame, then you are going to choose the screen size. Don't forget I told you yesterday you have different design phase. This is phone, this is tablet, this is desktop. I'm working on desktop, so I'll click on desktop. Now I'll choose the type of desktop I want. So for generic size, I'll be using 1440 by 1024, right? So once I choose that, then it gives me a desktop view. Look at it here. Let me zoom so that you can see it very well. Let me zoom to 200 so that you can see it. Look at it. This is it now. You can see this is desktop. I can call it main page. So depending on what you are designing though, so I can call it admin page. I'll show you what we'll be designing in a bit. So I'm going to return it back to 100% so that we can have it fitted on the screen. So look at it. So this is the 100% view. So, and what we'll be designing, let me open it so that you can all see what we want to what we want to design. I have it on my desktop, and the name is web, 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 web. Oh, sorry, I can't see it here. I just saved it now. Okay. Oh, it's online. I saved it too. Sorry. Saving it on my desktop now, so that I can see it. All right, so I have it here. Web. Hold on. I have it here. Web, web class. So this is a file we'll be working on. A file we'll be working on to open it. Now this is what we want to design. Right, I have designed this in a long, time ago. So let me zoom it so that everyone can see it. So that everyone can see it. Okay, so this is what we'll be designing. This is what we'll be designing. Okay, so this is what we'll be designing. So the very first thing you are looking at here is the size. And if you look at the edge of this page, you see that it's curve, right? It's curve. So we'll be looking at how can we make our page curve. How can we make it curve? How can we make it curve? How can we make it curve? So I will go back to, so right. So we have we have let me go to the Figma again. So we have our page already here. So the very first thing I want to do, look at this edge, all the edges, you see that it's very, very sharp. Look at the edge, is sharp here. Look at it, it's very, very sharp. So what we want to do is to make it curve, just like this. Just like this. You want it to be curved, to have curved edge. So how do you go about that? So we'll go to Figma back, and I told you that everything you have has its own property. So on the property page here, at the right hand side of your page, you'll see this guy here. Let me show you this, where you have frame, right under the height. Look at where my arrow is. Then I want it to have a corner radius, so we'll call it corner radius. So now if you look at this, in front of this corner radius, you have something like a circle there, so which shows independent corner. Independent corners means you want to choose corner independently for all your sides. Now looking at this guy, it has 4 sides. Let me zoom out. You can see it has 4 sides. One, two, three, four. It has 4 sides. Okay. It has 4 sides. Now it has 4 sides. So what I'm going to do is click on this guy if I want to give it in independent uh sides. But that's not what I want to do. I want to apply the same for everything. So I click on this guy back, right? And here I want to give it 50. Now immediately I gave it 50. If you look at it now, it has curve. Let me zoom it more so that you can see it very well. Can you see this guy now? Can see that the sides are now curved. Now for us to see it better, let me add shadow right to it. So if you go down on effect, you will see drop shadow, right? Drop shadow. So I'm going to add a drop shadow to this guy so that we can see it very well. Look at its background blur, or this shadow settings. Okay, this shadow. Let me take drop shadow here. Then on the drop shadow settings, so we have X and Y axis. So for the X axis, so let me be giving it like, this is 4, let me give it like 15, right? And then on the spread, let me give it like let me give it like um let me give it like 15 as well. All right, so now you see that the shadow is now spreaded the around the design. So let me zoom out now. So you can see that it has curved edges. Look at it, it has curved edges, and that is what we want to achieve. Don't forget, I'll go over it again to see how the curved edges was applied. So when you click on your from the beginning, once you click on frame, I told you to choose desktop and then choose desktop, right? Desktop, desktop. And after that, once you have the desktop here, sorry, once you have the desktop here, right, then you go to the design property here, right? Once you click on your desktop, so you have the corner edge. So I gave it 50, so I'll be giving it back 30. So now we have the 30 as the corner edges for everything. Application. How to get yourself familiar with the environment that will be used to design your application, right? So coming to Figma. All right. So let me share you guys the link again. Control C. Right. This is the link to follow. That's the link to follow. I didn't ask you to fill any form. Follow this link and then you'll be in the class, right? Okay, so this is what we have. Don't forget, this is what we are designing. So for the sake of familiarity, I know that it's not really easy for a start, right? So I will just I will add this coin buzz now. So what I'm going to do is go back to my file and make this guy 100%. Make this guy 100%. So now I have it 100% here. Then coming to what we need to design, right? At the very top, I'm just adding coin buzz. So then I'll click on text. I'll come right here. I'll type coin buzz. Now I'm on test. Test also has its own property. So I'll go straight down where I have regular. Hmm? I have regular here. I can choose bold, right? Coming to this website, you see that it's very, very bold, right? So I choose bold. Then for the size, I'm going to make it 24 first so that you see we have twice the design. I mean the size of the earlier size. So I have 32 now. So after that, I'll position it very well. Don't forget, while positioning it, you have to look at the way it is here, like coin bowls and it's close to the top. I'll be explaining some other things as we move on. But right now, I've just typed the coin bowls and I'm going to give it color, right? So I'm going to give it color. I want to pick the exact color for that guy, right? For that guy. Okay, okay. All right, so I need to pick color of this guy. So color picker, pick. Right, this is the color I want to pick, and it's not picking the color for me. Why is it not picking that color? All right, let me just get the color from here. Right, this is the color I need. This This is it. Right, I need this color around here. All right, so since the pick is not working, so then I will come here, the color I've picked, I paste it. Okay, okay. It's not giving me that color, right? It's not giving me that color. It's not giving me that color, and I actually need to pick the color here. Well, if that's not working, I guess I have some settings to do here. So this is the color I want around here, right? This is the color I want. So I'm looking for something very close to this color. Then I'm going to click on copy. So the color is copied and I'll paste it here. So once I do that, it's not as if I cannot pick the color from here too. I can pick it, but just to make sure that we are using the same color. Once I click on this color, you see what I have here. So I can always pick color like this too, right? Color picker, I can pick. So, but I'm not going to do that. So this is the color I want. So look at it like this. So, okay, this guy is okay like this. And let me come here. All right, so that's the color. No, I'm not picking Mr. Man. Okay, so that's the color. All right, so then I can back my color. That's the very first thing we need to do. So looking at what we have here, coin boost, I've done that and I have it here. Good, that's the very first thing. Okay, 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 please subscribe. You can have access. Okay, all right. Let me edit it. Public. design your application, how to get yourself familiar with the environment that will be used to design your application, right? So you come in, design your application, how to get yourself familiar with the environment that will be used to design your application, right? So you come in, design your application, how to get yourself familiar with the environment that will be used to design your application, right? So all right, okay guys. All right, so I'll be going over this again. Right, this is what we have here. Coinbuzz is what we have here. So okay guys, so this is what we have right here. Now let me know if you all can see my screen before I move on. Can you all see my screen? Hello? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Hello? All right, thank you. So I'll be going back to Figma. Can you see Figma on my screen? Good. That is what I want you to see. All right. So, since you guys are just joining for easy understanding, let me delete everything I have here so that I can start again. Okay. Uh, right. I'm going to click on this guy now and let me come here and have 50%. Click on this guy now. So, so I'm going to delete it, and this guy too. I'm going to delete it. Now, this is what we want to design. Okay. This is what we are designing. Can you see it? Now, this is an admin template. If you are familiar with websites, when you log into a backend, you will see some settings and all of that. This is admin settings, right? And these settings, this design we are designing, this particular page is not hard at all because we are still going to progress to another one. And if you look at this page, you see that it's full of text, text, icon, text. Exactly. So I want you guys to get familiar with how you can add your text and so on before we now start designing some sophisticated web page. Okay. So I'll go back to Figma now. So I'm on figma.com and I've explained how you start your work. So, but for the sake of clarity, I'm going to go back to Figma for the sake of clarity. So Figma is loading. So Figma is loading now. Now, since you will be starting new one, so you click on new design file. Okay, new design file. But I've already started one. I don't need to start another one, so I will double click on the one I've started so that it will open. So Figma is loading. Now, this is what we want to be designing once again. Coinboost admin page. Coinboost admin page. So I'll go here. Very first thing you must do, right, is to know which screen are you designing for. Click on frame. This is frame here. Look at it. This is frame here. This is frame. So then click on desktop. I'm designing for desktop. I can design for iPhone, for mobile phone, for tablet, for TV, for watch, for paper, for social media, for Figma, for anything. But I'm designing for desktop. So I click on desktop, right, and I choose desktop. Immediately I choose desktop, it gives me a 1440 and 1024 working space. 1440 and 1024 working space. So, however, if I'm familiar with that working space, 1440, 1024, I don't need to click on frame. Well, if I'm familiar with it, I can just click on my rectangle and draw it. Or I can even click on my frame and draw my frame. Right, frame is very important. So I draw my frame and I know that it's 1440, 1024. I'll just type 1440 here, and on the height, I'll type 1024. But you can see, instead of me to go through this stress, yes, instead of me to go through this stress, why can't I just pick my frame, click on desktop and desktop, then it gives me what I need. All right, so now on this desktop title that you can see here, I can call it Coinboost admin, just the title. Okay, right. So that's what I have. And don't forget, I'm on page one. Page one, look at it here. Page one. Do you see? page one, meaning I can have as many as possible pages. Okay, can have as many as possible pages. Yeah. So now let me go back to what we have here. If you look at this guy very well, you see that the corners are curved. Look at it very well. It has a curved corner. Do you see? It has a curved corners. Look at the corner very well. The corner of the coin boost. You will see that it is like curve. It's not sharp. If you look at it very well, it's like curve. Yes, it's not sharp. So that is what we want to do now. We have to make sure that our own too is curved but not what? Not sharp. So how do we do that? Look at the frame property. Once you click on the frame, you see the frame property here, the 720, 440, 475, 1440, 1024. So on this particular corner radius where you have 0, I'm going to make it 30. So immediately I make it 30, then you see that my corners are also curved. Let me zoom it very well so you can see it very well. Can you see that my own corner too is curved? You can see it, right? All right, for more clarity, let me come to effect and add a drop shadow of layer blur. Okay, and I'm going to, don't let me use layer blur, let me use background blur and come to settings. Okay, drop shadow, settings. Let me give it 15 by 20, 15, the second one 20. So now that will enable you to see the curve edge very well. Okay, good. Now I'm going to zoom back to 100. So it's like people are requesting to join. Anyone? No one. All right. All right. So I'll come back to my web. So look at this coin boost now. So I want to add the coin boost. How do I do that with the color and everything? Going to go on that, right? So okay, I think someone requests to join. Is that so? Nobody. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to attend to the pending participants so that they can also join. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, so coming to Figma, so what I want to do is add the coin boost. I click on this text. Look at the text, right? So I will just come here and I will type coin, coin boost. right? Right. I'm going to type the coin boost. So that coin boost is here. So it's very, very tiny and small. So what do I do? I go to the place where I have regular. Do you see? Regular. Okay. Okay, go on. Yeah, it's giving me the size, right? Where is it? Let me click on it. This one, 61 by 41, or the 54 by 15. Which of the two? Okay, that's 54 by 15, right? Yes, it's giving me the size. Yes. Yes, it's giving me the size. Yes, but don't tamper with this size. Even if you try to tamper, even if you try to tamper with it, it will not allow you because it's not an active size. What control the size of this coin boost? Look at it very well. Can you see it? This is the only place I can adjust it. As I'm adjusting it here, you see that that one too will be adjusting. So, and if you look at it very well, you see that it's not affecting the coin boost. Exactly. So that is why you don't need to tamper with it. Just leave it as it is. Do you get? All right. So I click on the coin boost and I'll go to under test property. Look at it here. Under test property. Then I'll click on regular and make sure it is bold. Now you see that it's now bold. Okay. And then on the color we need is a blue color, right? So on this slide bar, I'm going to slide to blue here, and I'm going to pick a blue up here. I'm going to slide it a bit. Now I have the blue, right? I can click out. Now looking at the size is still very small. Then on the 12, I'll make it 32 here. Yes, 32, right? 32. Now we have a bigger coin boost. Then you can now use the pick tool, the move tool to move it accordingly. Okay. Yes, this guy here, the move tool, this one, right? To use it to move it accordingly. All right, that's fine. Now the next one we want to do is, if you look at this guy very well, I can see search anything. Look at it very well. Search anything. Look at it. Search anything. Good. So, and it has a search icon next to it. Okay, so what do I do? I'll go back to my, I'll go back to my, okay, look at it here. Look at it. Just before the search anything. Yeah. Okay, so, okay. So now we'll go to our Figma. We'll go to our Figma, go to our Figma and you go to file and you see plugin and you also have widgets. But plugin is what I need. I'll say find more plugin. Look at it. These are plugin. Okay. Let me check for widgets. Let me check for widget. Come here, widget, find more widget. The full meaning of widget is window gadget. Did you hear me? Widget, window gadget. That is the full meaning of widget. Window gadget. So if I click on plugin, let me type material icon. Looking for material design icon. Can you see it here? Material design icon. Material design icon. So material design icon. So I'm just going to click on it and say run. So it will add that particular plugin, for me. Now I have it. Do you see it? Material design icon. Good, I click on it. Then I have it here. So it will now load all the icon needed for my work. It will load it for me to load them. Yes. Now the material I'm looking for is a search material. Then I'll type search. Look at it. Give me this guy. Can you see? I have several search icon. Then I'll click on one. But before I click on one, the color is important. So let me choose the color I want. That's the color I want. But still, I don't like this icon. I don't like this icon. So I can go look for another type of icon. That icon doesn't make sense. Icon. I think I prefer the icon 8. Where is that icon 8? Yeah, this is it. The more you design, the more you search for information, the more information you have. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So now the icon is loading. You see the difference between the first one and this one now. Look at it. It's more bigger. And if I click on search, it has more icons. Look at it. And then if I change the color, I change the color here. All right, good. See it? This is what I need. And I click on it. Immediately I click on it. Then I will have it on my screen. Can you see it? This is it. And now I will advise you guys to not use these angles to resize. Okay, just come to the width and height here. It may get distorted while you are trying to resize. So distorted, I mean the size will not give you accurate size any longer. So it's always nice to use your width and height to control. So maybe what I need is 32 by 32. I'm going to do that. I press enter. So look at what it gives to me. I have a perfect shape. Good, I take it to where it is needed. Exactly, exactly. So if I go to the web, you see what I have. Do you see it? So then, next thing I'm going to do is type search anything. I'll come here. I'll type search anything. Okay, so then looking at the search anything, it doesn't look like what we have here, does it? Exactly. So we have to make sure that it looks like that. So then I'll come to test again, right? First of all, I'll remove bold to regular. Then the size that is 32, I'll make it 14. Okay, and I'll come to the color and I'll make it hash color. But for me to have the same hash color as the search, right? I can pick this thing that look like eyedropper, this eyedropper on the color panel, this eyedropper on the color panel. I will use it to pick this color. I use it to pick this color. It's not easy to pick because a very tiny something. Good. This is the color I need. That color is too faded. So let me. Okay. It's actually not easy to pick that color. All right. So yeah. So that search anything, I can. If you are picking a very bold color, it's good to use, right? At the same time, on this guy, I can't actually copy the color here, but I can look at the color I want. Look at that color. This is the color I want. So maybe if I come to this guy now and I pick this guy, I can come here to pick that color. Do you see? This is the color. So he pick it for me. So it's actually DF, 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 and all of that. So, and at the same time, you can always use this guy too to set your color. Do you see? To set your color. So can always use it to set your color. Always use it to set color. All right. Coloring, applying color, you make sure that all the color you are using are the same color so that they won't be giving you different thing while you are working because color matters in designing. So then the next thing which I want to do is that 14 is too small. I want to make it 18. All right, I've made it 18. And If you now look at these two guys, you see that they are not aligned. They are not aligned. Can you see that they are not aligned? Okay, so how do you align them? How do we align them? It's also very important to know how we can align our properties, that is, all those tests we have on the page. So if I click on the coin boost, if I click on the coin boost, you see I've selected it. I will hold down the shift button on my system. Shift button on my system. I click on the search icon and I click on the search anything. If you look at all of them, you see that they are not aligned at all. Then on the design property here, on the design property, look at this guy. This guy that align vertical center. Do you see it? Align vertical center. I'm going to click on it. Good. And everything will be. Now, I'm good on this. So since I'm done with all of these guys, the next thing I need to do is to look for what we have next. One BTC is equals to $28, 2,200, $28,200 0.23, right? That's the next thing I have to add. So once I add this, I will send you guys this file. Follow the video and try your own too, because I don't want to rush it. Then I'll pick my text again. I will ensure that my cap lock is on. One BTC is equals to 28, 200.23, and then I have dollar there. I'll add the dollar. Okay, so that is it. Then I will have to ensure that it's not too far, like from the search anything, because I still need to maintain some space for the rest. Yes. Okay, so the font for search anything is 18. So I can also make this guy 18. That's number one. Okay, and I made it 18. It looks perfect. All right. So, and if you look at the color, you see that one is ash, the other is blue, right? So, and I type it together. How do I achieve that? One is ash, the other is blue. All right. How do I achieve that? So, I will double click on it, double click. Then I will select from equals to down to the one BTC. On color, I will go and apply. We have all our color presets. That is, color preset means the color that I've used before. I pick it, right? Okay. So once I'm done on that, I will select, double click again, and select the 20 exactly. So then I'll pick, yes, and I'll pick this color. Can make the color around here. All right. Now looking at our design, you see that we have something close to what is here. Good. So, and the next thing I want to add is a bell icon. Bell. You see? So now this is the bell I need. The doorbell. right? So looking at the color is perfect. Okay, so the color is perfect. The color I just choose is perfect. Right, I'm going to pick it and put it to where it is. Now, if I look at the design, you see that it has something red circle by the side. Look at it. That's the red circle there. So first of all, I'm going to make it smaller by applying 32 by 32. So now it's smaller. Okay, it's smaller now. So I can hold Z. When you hold Z, hello, on your keyboard, when you hold Z, it gives you a zoom icon. Look at it. Then I can use it to zoom. All right, so let me come here and zoom in on this guy so that I can see it very well. Zoom in. Can you see it very well now? So depending on what I want, I can adjust it. Okay, I can adjust it. And if I don't want to do that, I can also leave it as what it is before. This is 90 by 90, but normally I can do 28 by 28. All right, so this is what I have, 20 by 28, and I want to position it where it's supposed to be. And don't forget that it has something red circle. So I'm going to choose ellipse while holding down shift for a perfect circle. I will draw it. Then I'll come here and choose red color. And now if you look at it, it's at the back of that uh, bell. But normally it's supposed to be at the front of the bell. So what can I do? I'll right click on the bell and I'll say send to back, right? Send to back. Oh, it's too much. I think I have send backward. Let me see. Do I have send backward? Okay. Mm, let me take it out. Click on this guy and say bring to front. All right. So I can now move. Oh, why? This guy is supposed to be at the front. Supposed to be at the front. He's supposed to be at the front. If I do send backward for this, I can click on the layer and also do send to back for the layer. Oh, that means this circle is not standing on the supposed to be at the front with this guy. But I'll try to figure it out right now. So let me pick the circle again and draw it over here to see what happened. It's still at the back. Alright, so since it's still at the back, I can come to my bell here and do circle. Alright, so this is a circle here. I can give the circle a red color. Okay, then once I do that, can pick that circle here. So that's the circle I just picked. So clicking on that circle, I can make it 10 by 10. Okay, and I'll pick the circle and place it where it's supposed to be. Now with that, I can come back here and do 100% zoom. Let's see what we have. Now see what we have now. So this is what we have here. That is what we have here. Okay, so after that, I can block these two guys and group them. How do you group? Just right click on the two you just blocked and do group selection. Alright, then you can pick on it and then try to align it. Try to align it. How do you align? I've shown you how to align before, but let me do it again. Click on the coin boost, click on this guy, search anything as well, one BTC and this guy, then come to vertical alignment here, center, then you have all of them aligned. So I can move this one BTC closer to the bell icon, closer to the bell icon, just like we have it here. Okay, uh, and the coin boost and this search anything, let's see the gap between them as well. The gap is okay. The gap is okay, right? So I'm going to write at or watch it, and I'm going to add this wallet. So let's see how I can do that. Right, I'm going to just I'll click on this guy and I'll do author. So what's the name? Sorry, watch it. Okay, so watch it. That's the name, right? So author watch it. Then what am I going to do? So make sure that it is aligned with the rest. Okay, fine. And we're going to come to then we'll come to uh icon, but that will be later. So let me pick rectangle. So I've picked the rectangle. You see that we have a circled rectangle here for add wallet. All right. So I'm going to draw that right here. Okay. So what are we going to do? First thing first, make it a circled edge. Okay. That circle is too much. Let me make it 5. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And then I'll come here. For the fill color is a faint blue. So if I pick blue here, I'll make it around here, around here. Okay, is that fine? Let's see. No, that's not fine. Okay, so let's see this color around here, or I can even make it full color, and that blue can be around here, can be around here. All right, then for the line color, for the stroke, we call it stroke. For the stroke color, I'm going to make the stroke a blue stroke, just like what we have there, a blue stroke, just like this. And then I'm going to write add wallet. So I can do this plus add wallet. And then what do we have here? So what we have is add wallet. The W is in small letter, W is in small letter. And I'm going to come here, right here, and then pick the color that is best suited for the add wallet. Then I can take it and add it here. Okay, so this is what we have here. Add wallet. All right, so selecting the two of them, making it horizontally aligned and vertically aligned, and then I can right click on it, then group them. So I'll make it one object by grouping it. Okay, so then I'll ensure that it's also well aligned with the rest, just like this, right? So by the time I come here and I have a 50% zoom, so you see that we have something very close to what we have here. Because I've not yet added this guy here, I will add that one tomorrow, and this guy here, this one here, because I'll be designing, be ready for live class tomorrow. I'll be designing this logo tomorrow in your presence. I want you to be there. I'll be designing this logo in your presence tomorrow, and I'll be adding this image, and I'll also do the rest here. So do all this rest here. Then after that, I'll give you assignment which involve you to complete the rest yourself. Once I do all this menu, dashboard, my wallet, trade, these guys, once I do them, then you're going to do everything at the center. So I'll see how far you have gone, how far you've gotten what I just introduced to you. So from there, I'll correct the errors if there's anyone making some, design blunders. I'll correct it. Then we move to the next thing. So for those of you that are online, do you have any question? Phone. You can try to download Adobe XD on your phone. Yeah, it should work. Download Adobe XD on your phone, then it will work. XD and this one, they have something very similar. So download Adobe XD on your phone.